And now we're now live na. Yan lang ako bago ang lahat. So, batiin kayo ng magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. I hope you're all doing fine. And of course, I really hope that you are all healthy and safe. I am Arian Joyce A. Tapalya, your host for today. To begin with, I would like to thank everyone for coming to the official Wedding Supplier Association of the Philippines event, especially to our exhibitor for this afternoon, and of course to our live viewers on Facebook and YouTube. So before we start to our live audience on Facebook and page and YouTube channel, please do send your heart reaction and comments to show your gratitude and support to everyone who made this event possible. So ano pang inaantay nyo dyan? Spam react na kayo sa spam comment na go lang. Now we would like to present the exhibitors for this Bicol Online Expo. So now I believe it is the time to introduce to our first exhibitor for this afternoon, for this Bicol Wedding Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Miss Maria Crisel Sanbadal Alturas of Smoke Bistro Cafe and Bar.
Yes, hello. Good afternoon, everyone.
So ayan, good afternoon, Ma'am Crisel. It's really an honor for us to meet you this afternoon. So ma'am, before we start, gusto ko muna kayong kamustahin. Ano ba yung nafe-feel nyo ngayong tanghali? Kayo ba kinakabahan, masaya, kinakabahan?
Okay lang naman. So far, happy because the COVID and the pandemic has almost is over. So, medyo nakaka-cope na tayo sa restaurant tsaka sa event. So, medyo a little bit okay na.
So, ayun naman. Kung ako naman tatanungin, of course, I'm very excited ngayon, ma'am. Kasi, of course, andito po kayo. Kasama ko ang successful businesswoman, we who owns well-established business. So, all right. So, I think we can already proceed with our formal question and answer portion. So, ma'am, are you ready na po?
Yes.
Yun. So, to start off, can you tell us something about your business?
Okay, Smoke Bistro and Cafe is a physical restaurant located in Tagbilaran City here in Bohol. It is a 150 seater capacity restaurant. We have a pastry bar on the other side that you can hold your events around 30 to 50 persons. And then on the other side, we have a main restaurant which can serve 100 people. For the feature of Smoke, we have our specialties, the steaks, barbecue meats, and seafood that are grilled, and it comprises different cuisines. We have Western, and then we have sometimes we have Asian fusion. So basically, whatever it is that our chef feels, because it's a partnership between me and my friend, who's also a working with me in this passion project. So it's Chef Rafael Ongchong. He's our main restaurant chef, and I'm doing the pastry bar. So it's a tandem of both of us, the restaurant. With regards to events, we offer outside events. We cater cocktail food, dessert station, and then on the side we also offer customized wedding cakes and customized desserts according to the bride's needs.
So ayun, naririnig ko pala, nagugutom na agad ako. So for the first question po, we all know COVID-19 pandemic has been with us for almost 2 years. So ma'am, how did your business cope up or survive in this pandemic?
So far, the moment that the pandemic started, it was really tough because the employees are, we had to cut down the employees because we had a month stop in our operations. And then a month after, we usually cater dining services. But with COVID, we were able to open another door for our business type, which is the to go. So dati kasi we don't offer the takeout. It's basically a dining experience to be able to let the people experience what's inside our restaurant. And then with the COVID, that we cannot physically be in touch with people, so walang dining for quite a while, for almost a year. We didn't do dine-ins. So we ventured on a different aspect of the business. We started to pack our food in such a way that it can be taken out by the guests. And then we established our online platform to where people can just book their orders online. And then we also featured our menus in our Instagram and Facebook page. So basically, it's a different type of promotion, and different people are being catered compared dati na mostly tourists who are coming over. And then this time, we are able to let the locals, the Boholanos, experience what smoke has to offer.
So yun. So how often do you use promos for your business po?
This upcoming Mother's Day, we're going to have a promo for our cakes that are to be customized for free. That's the offering of our pastry bar. On the end of the restaurant, we're going to have lunch and dinner acoustic gig with our friend Kathy and her musical partner. So lunch and dinner, we're going to have that promo, and chef will be offering specials by the time he comes back this Tuesday. So that's a surprise, probably.
So beside po dun ma'am, when will your company release a new promo for your business?
The new promo around Monday, that's for sure. Monday or Tuesday. By the time chef comes back, we're going to launch our Mother's Day cake sale and the menu for the Mother's Day. So yun, that we'll have to watch out for.
So ayan na, alam niyo na guys, abangan niyo na agad. So ma'am, for the next question, when did you start your business?
December 16, 2017. So it's my father-in-law's birthday. We're able to open our doors for everyone to experience the business, and we've been running for almost 4 years.
Tagal na po. So for the next question, what pushed you to become a business owner?
Um, Basically, this restaurant is a passion project. My friend, who's a professional chef, si Chef Paeng, has been passionate about barbecues and meats. So he shares the same interest with my husband. So there's three of us who owns the restaurant. My husband Mark, si Chef Paeng for the operations and the restaurant itself, and me for the marketing, finance, and for the pastry. So we share the same passion in creating anything that's edible, that is based on our artistic skill and on our passion to come up with something different to offer in. I'm not from here, taga Davao ako, and then si Chef is from Manila. So we ventured out, the three of us, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, to come up with something that we can offer to the Boholanos as well. So it's sharing of talents and interest and passion together.
So, ang follow-up question lang po, ma'am, why Bohol? Bakit Bohol po ang napili nyo?
Kasi my husband is Boholano. So na-transfer ako dito.
Okay. So, for my next question, let's go back to the moment when you are still planning to put up your business. So, di ba, hindi naman tayo makapag-put up ng business if you do not have any mission or goal in your mind. So, what was your goal in putting up your business?
That was actually what we were discussing as we're trying to revamp our management system. What is our mission? Actually, our mission for me, it's something that I want to dedicate all that I do for God's greater glory. So ad maiorem de gloriam. Everything that you do has to come from the heart, and it will be able to reach people's hearts as well. So our mission is to serve the restaurant passionately. Chef Paeng doing his craft and his passion. He's spending most of his time in the restaurant. And then me also, I create whatever it is that I feel like doing. So every other person within the restaurant is like a family experience. You go there not only for work, but to be able to share the same interest and goal in life, to improve your craft and to serve other people, and then to reach out to them through the heart. Yun po.
That's nice, ma'am. So, for the next question, how do you advertise your business? What platforms do you use mostly?
We started off with making a Facebook page, and then we linked our Facebook page to our Instagram account, and then we also do the Google ads and Facebook advertisements and the others, yung before TripAdvisor, Yelp, and other apps that allow us to advertise our establishment.
All right. So, ma'am, how do you maximize the use of all your resources at Smoke Bistro Cafe and Bar to make sure na wala pong nasasayang?
That's really an important concern. Me and Chef, we believe that the owner who is hands on in every aspect, from the marketing, he does the marketing. Um, Me, I do the personally the accounting, and then we also do the operations. I also bake, including with my team, and then he also do the plating and he cooks with his team. So we also do the packing. Pag nandyan ka sa restaurant physically, to be able to guide the others, you lead by example. So as long as you really take care of what you have, and then people behind you will be able to follow it as a good example. So maximize. And chef also inculcated to me that it's better that if you have extra, you put it na lang on the cake. That's what he says, na better make it extra kesa kulang. So it will always be an extra experience for the guests. So wag titipirin. That's his line.
That's a good advice, ma'am. So ito, just for curiosity lang, ma'am, how did you come up with the name of your company or your business?
Basically, the smoke is our chef. So he inspired us to be able to come up with a physical restaurant platform. And then we asked him what he's passionate about, what his favorite thing to do in the very wide and vast aspect of cooking. And then he said that he enjoys barbecue steaks and meats. So he like curing beef, pork, chicken, and any kind of meat. So smoke is smoked meats, ribs, and barbecue. So it's derived from that. Smoking, it's a process of cooking the meats. So dun
Mm.
siya.
So ma'am, ano pong naisip niyong competitive edge nyo from other businesses?
Maybe because we're not stuck in our menu. Everyone here knows that they can contact me or chef directly should they want something customized for them. So whatever they like eating on a special occasion, they can pre-book it with us 3 days before. So probably the edge is our menu is just a bond paper printed by chef or by me. So we don't have strict specific standardized menu. So we can customize it according to your liking. And if it's a special celebration, we can also come up with something new, not of the usual, and we can have you taste it before we can give a go to it. So hindi siya always the same. So probably that's our edge.
So, ayan po. So, for itong next question ko po, Ma'am Crisel, I believe that business owners do not only focus on providing services to their customer, but also give something to others in the community. So, for my last question for you, ma'am, in is in what ways do you usually give back to the community?
What that's actually our most favorite part because there's an upcoming Earth Day. So we're one of the sponsors to the upcoming Earth Day with our friend and mentor Sir Joe Travero. He's within the education field of agriculture. So we sponsor food for those who are coming to their event, and we also do fundraising for our small smoke family community. We actually start within the community. As much as possible, they can reach out to us. And then whenever there's birthdays, we're doing special programs of giving out free box of we sponsor whatever it is that's being offered to us. Kunwari, may mga for the cancer kids, mga ganon. But we don't usually advertise kasi si chef kasi medyo very conservative Catholic. So as much as possible, those small things that we do for the community, as discreet, parang ganon, as discreet as possible para merit to heaven, ganun na lang.
So, ayun, napakaganda naman ng mga ginagawa ni Ma'am for the community. And I think it's a wrap for our question and answer portion. Thank you so much, Ma'am Crisel, for answering all the questions this afternoon. I am so happy to learn more about your business, about which is the Smoke Bistro Cafe and Bar. So, ayun, dahil napakaganda talaga, nasali ko na siya sa isa bucket list ko, and I really hope na makapunta ako dyan one day. So,
Yes.
pupuntahan ko po talaga at kakain po ako dyan. And I hope that you enjoyed our event po, ma'am. And as a gesture of gratitude that you will receive an e-certificate from us.
Thank you so much.
This certificate, e-certificate is proudly presented to Smoke Bistro Plus Cafe for a successful participation of the online Bohol Wedding Expo 2022 on April 22, 2022. Thank you so much, ma'am.
It was a pleasure as well. Thank you for having us.
Ano pa guys, iniintay nyo, pumunta na kayo doon kung taga Bohol. Kaya kung pupunta kayong Bohol, pumunta na kayo doon. It's a must. So before we proceed with the expo, let's have a short commercial break.
Are you ready? This 22nd to 24th of April, Friday to Sunday, the Palawan Wedding Expo 2022 is at the NCCC Mall Palawan. This is brought to you by NCCC Mall Palawan and Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporated. A stylish wedding begins with us.
So ayun, so now I believe it is the time to introduce to our audience our second exhibitor for this afternoon. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Miss May Supremo Lee of Supreme Weddings and Events Planning and Services.
Oh, sorry. Hi.
Hi,
Thanks
Ma'am
for having
Lee.
me.
It's really an honor for us to meet you this afternoon, ma'am. So before we start, kamustahin ko po muna kayo. Kamusta naman po kayo?
I'm good. I'm happy to be part of this extraordinary effort to promote weddings in Bohol. Thank you for doing this.
So, syempre ako super excited ulit ako kasi syempre matututunan naman ako from another inspiring speaker for this afternoon. So, I know this learnings, I can apply this in the future. So, all right, I think we can already proceed with our formal question and answer portion for this event. So, ma'am, ready na po ba kayo?
I guess I am.
So, to start off, can you tell us about something about your business?
Okay. I started the business when I was planning my wedding, and I had a hard time finding somebody local who could plan it for me. So I was based overseas, and I was trying to plan my church wedding in Bohol, and I couldn't find anyone that fits the description of a wedding planner that I want to work with. So after my wedding, I started doing weddings because before that, I was already involved with helping family and friends put together the wedding. But it wasn't like commercially done, or it wasn't a business. It was just a personal interest and passion to be doing it. Yeah. So that, and then after that, when I was doing the wedding for myself with some friends, I was like, I think I can do this as a business and start making people experience like the fun of planning the wedding and enjoying the day without worrying about how things are going to happen, because people are going to be there for you.
So for our first question, ma'am, so we all know that we are in the midst of pandemic. How did your business cope up or survive in this pandemic?
I guess Supreme Wedding is so blessed to have a team who had been working full time in their own fields and did wedding coordination on the side as an on call employees. And I had a personal partner in planning the weddings, and she was okay to kind of cut the cost on some of her pay monthly, because she just got married and wanted to take the chance to also get a slack on the work. So it was like a win-win. And the rest of the guys, they had their own full-time jobs. So it was kind of a pause and just refresh and, you know, just be trying to be safe the entire time.
So ma'am, how often do you use promos for your business?
We don't often offer promos because we limit discounts and all that. We limit our services to offer these promos in some events like bridal fairs, and but we don't like offer like Mother's Day or like a June discount thing. So most of our couples would wait for it. And also for discounts, I make it a point that if a wedding planning experience is not that costly, like we don't have to have a lot of weddings or not a lot, I mean, meetings for the weddings, and we don't have a lot of trips to make to the venues. So it cut the cost on the expenses on transport. Then we can give some freebies on the day, like we don't charge them for extra stuff that we do.
All right. So when did you start your business?
Well, I started in 2007. So it's our 15th year now.
Super tagal na po pala. So what pushed you to become a business owner?
It was really the start of, coming home from working overseas. And I felt that Bohol needed a wedding planner, that people who are based overseas and want to get married in Bohol. I believe destination weddings started in 2010. So my first destination wedding was in one of the resorts, Amarita, and no, Amarella. And I was like, these guys are not from Bohol. How can they get married in a church in Bohol? So I had to do my own research that these things can be done. And then I I just woke up one day and realized that Bohol was getting so popular as a destination wedding venue, you know. But yeah, I can say that my first destination wedding was in 2010. I can even remember their name. And yeah, because it was, an extraordinary experience. It was like a learning curve for me. Like, oh, I didn't know you can get married in someone else's place that none of you, because you would normally think that you would get married in a bride's place of residence, or the bride's town. But this one is, none of them were from Bohol, and everybody came from Manila and from all over to have the wedding in Bohol. So I was like, oh, then you can do this. Then I had to do my research on how the church requirements, and how to do with picking up everybody from the airport and making sure they get to the hotel, and and safely send them back after being drunk.
So, ma'am, before starting your business, ano po yung pinaka-goal nyo?
It, my main goal was really to make sure that wedding planning was an experience that would help both bride and groom prepare for their married life. And I always say this, that the wedding preparation could challenge the kind of relationship you have, how you deal with pressure and making decisions, and all this normal stuff that would come in serious tone when you get married, or where you're together. And this time it's a lifetime commitment.
So, ma'am, how do you advertise your business and what platform do you use mostly?
We're usually on Facebook. We have our own website and Instagram. That's it. I don't post so much. I rely on photographers to post their official photos. I want to make sure that everything is launched from their end, and just get a tag. I want official photos only. I have a feeling that official photos give more justice to the event, and they have covered most part, instead of like doing live videos on site. I always tell my crew, no cell phones. You can use your cell phone for coordination purposes, but to document and feel like you're one of the guests, no. We are hired, we're paid, and we're happy to help.
So, ma'am, how would you describe the atmosphere at the workplace of your company?
It's a balance. I feel like our culture is more like a family, and I am their ate. I actually tell my staff not to call me ma'am. I always joke about it, like I'm not a teacher. Nothing against being called a ma'am, but I want them to be more like friendly and comfortable reaching out to me and asking for my help. Same with my couples, with our clients, or bride and groom. I tell them, just call me ate, like not ma'am, or like call me first name, may. Especially for the foreigners, they're more comfortable with first name basis. So yeah, for my team, we always say ate, and of course we address some couples. The coordinators would address them ma'am, but for me, I'd rather have first name basis, or just ate. I'm in my, sorry, I have to say this. I'm in my 40s, so they're okay to call me ate naman.
Yun po halata, ma'am.
Oh, thank
So,
you.
ma'am, what do you, ano pong sa tingin yung competitive edge of your company from the others?
I think because we have a team who's so passionate with what we're doing, and we always do refresher course, and we always update our craft, because the wedding trend, being around for 15 years, I can say that it has changed and evolved a lot. And the only way to stay on top of everything is to know everything. And I always say this, knowledge is power. So the only way that you can deliver the service that your couples need, that clients need, and have the full wedding experience that they would not forget, and really like remember the company that helped us make this dream wedding happen, is Supreme Wedding. So it's the full experience. It's not just the planning, it's not just the day of, but the full experience of gaining a friend while doing business.
So, ma'am, can you tell us po na something na very memorable or na our success story while having an event po?
One could be probably the surprises that a groom could give to a bride. It's not just the material gifts, but the full experience. Having a friend fly over, the bride thought she's not going to make it. She was a maid of honor, and the bride expressed to me like, the maid of honor couldn't make it. I'm just making my bridesmaid cover for her. And I was like conniving with the groom about the whole thing, that we were flying in the maid of honor last minute. She was okay to fly in, and she showed up. And yeah, she didn't show up on the wedding day. She showed up the day before during a welcome dinner activity, and she showed up. We were playing a game, and she just showed up, and we had the bride blindfolded. So when we had a game, so she was blindfolded, and when she opened up, she was in front of the maid of honor who was able to make it. And I think that was very special. The effort of the groom to kind of plan something beautiful. I don't know what he did. That I didn't know what he did, but she was able to come. Yeah, I think that was special.
Yeah, ako din po. Parang, ang napakaganda ng effort to
Because
make
I'm
the bride
overseas,
happy.
yeah, diba? And so
Parang
it's not,
nakaka-touch sobra.
mm.
So, ma'am, for my last question, in what ways do you usually give back to the community?
Right now, we have a monastery in Tabalong Dawis, and they're very close to my heart because my mom was a benefactor before she passed away. So when the sisters I saw the need for the sister to, to manage their chapel when they accept weddings, and they were being called up for not following the guidelines of the monastery, how it has to be decorated and all that. So I stepped up and said, I can help you implement the rules that Rome like their congregation has imposed on them. Just making sure that florists would follow and couples would understand that this is a monastery. We want to keep it simple and keep the simplicity of the chapel. But if you want to dress up the church, there's other churches who would be happy to have you. And also they have a retreat hall, but because of the pandemic, there's no retreats, so it was like unused for the last 2 years. So we're trying to help them clean up the place, and it's really just helping them in our own little way. And also, like, we participate in some activities that the organization of the weddings and events suppliers in Bohol, to reach out to the affected communities of the recent Odette, and these activities we support the organization.
So I think di siya little things, but parang for me, it's a big thing na din po, basta maka-help tayo, di ba? And I think it's a wrap, ma'am, for our question and answer portion. Thank you so much, Ma'am May, for answering all the questions this afternoon. I am so happy to learn more about your business, which is the Supreme Weddings and Events Planning Services. So yun, if magpapasal na kayo, ano pa inaantay nyo? Kontakin nyo na po si ma'am ngayon. So, and as a gratitude, you will receive an e-certificate from us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us here.
So this e-certificate is proudly presented to Supreme Wedding and Events Planning and Services for a successful participation on the online Bohol Wedding Expo 2022 on April 2022.
Thank you.
Before we proceed with the expo, let's have a short commercial break.
We recall the moments rather than the days. Plan ahead of time to make your wedding day particularly special. The Zamboanga Wedding Expo will be held on May 21 to 22, 2022. You may notice a diversity of suppliers in your area, as well as the prospect of getting your needs met on your wedding day. Is there anything more you'd like? Visit us at Zamboanga Wedding Expo, held at the KCC Mall de Zamboanga from May 21 to 22, 2022. We adore you and are delighted to welcome you. We hope to see you there. Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporated and KCC Mall de Zamboanga have collaborated to bring you this event.
So now I believe it is the time to introduce to our audience our last but not the least exhibitor for this Bicol Wedding Expo. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Dian Elder of Pure Shores, Villa Bohol, Philippines.
Good afternoon.
So good afternoon, Sir Elder. So it's really an honor for us to meet you this afternoon. So, sir, before anything else, I would like to ask you first, how are you feeling this moment? Are you feeling excited or are you nervous?
Very, very excited. Things are looking good. Some sort of normality, and we're seeing inquiries and bookings. So, feeling good.
All right. So I think we can already proceed with our formal question and answer portion. So, sir, are you ready?
Sure.
So to start off, can you tell us something about your business?
Pilshaw's Villa is, how shall we say? Because I'm sort of pausing because in the Philippines, the villa concept is very unusual. We always seem to be a resort. But first of all, we need to define what a villa is. The word often gets thrown around and that it loses its true meaning. While many resorts offer a villa type accommodation, the truth is very far from it. A villa in its strictest sense is a country estate, a home away from home, where one can enjoy complete exclusivity and intimacy, minus the usual resort crowds. It's all about getting that personalized pampering and privacy without sharing the experience with any others or particularly strangers. So at Pure Shores Villa, you get exactly that. So it's a very unique proposition.
So, sir, since we're in the amidst of pandemic, how did your business cope up or survive in this pandemic?
We survived. um, we were only allowed to operate from last October. We are based in Gindelman, and unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, the mayor wouldn't open up to tourism. So we were only allowed to welcome tourists back last October. So when you book an actual private villa, it's not booking a room only basis, it's booking the whole villa. So our guests have to plan many months in advance. You know, if you're trying to get a group together because you rent the whole house, the whole villa, there's some planning involved. So we don't take walk-ins, we don't take a room only. So we only had a couple of bookings leading up to Typhoon Odette. And then, like many other businesses, we had to close for several months.
So, sir, how often do you use promos for your videos?
We pre-COVID, it would be quite ad hoc. Um, it all depends on the traction of bookings we're receiving. Um, Coming out of COVID, we will be looking to offer more promotions, but still on an ad hoc basis. We don't really want to dilute the proposition we do have, and we want to be seen to be more quality rather than quantity. So we're looking more of the exclusivity, and we're a very niche offering. So we don't have to actually give many promotions. And especially coming out of COVID, we've got a great proposition where you're not sharing with anyone, and we're the only private villa in Bohol.
So, sir, if you will have one, so when will your company release a new promo for your business?
We're probably looking going into May will be the first promotion, and this could be tied on the back of this expo.
So, sir, where did you start your business?
We actually built and did a soft opening into August 2015. We hosted our first wedding event in 2016.
So, sir, what pushed you to become a business owner?
We actually got married in a villa in Bali, and we just loved the actual experience. the accommodation, the personalised service, the exclusivity, and I guess like most foreigners, you want a place in the sun. Um, so we built our dream home, but we built it very large, and it was too large and too exclusive to be left open, or sorry, not habitable for much of a year because we live overseas. So we thought about, okay, we've got a very beautiful property. Why don't we start renting out as an exclusive villa? And also, we designed the villa based on holding weddings as well. It was quite ironic. Many resort owners were looking at what we built and still couldn't believe we didn't maximize our land for, say, cottages or extra rooms. But we knew what we wanted. We wanted to hold amazing private weddings on the beautiful island of Bohol.
So, sir, for my next question, before you start your business, what is your main goal to start this business?
When we knew we were going to turn it into a business, because first of all, this was a holiday home. But when we first decided we need to actually share, I guess, our amazing vacation home. So we had to come up with a tagline or punchline, I guess. So our tagline is, we create a lifetime of memories, and we do. Those memories can be milestone events, they can be weddings, anniversaries. We've conceived babies, so we've been told. Um, so we do really create a lifetime of memories. And it's amazing because we're always part of it.
So, sir, just for curiosity, what services or products do you offer?
Our service is and products is pretty much, we just got one product. We've got a private villa vacation home to be rented, and it's fully serviced. So you benefit from that exclusivity of having an amazing home away from home, to have your vacation. You've got amazing views, probably the best sunsets in all of Bohol. Even though we're on the east coast, we're on a peninsula that has the west coast sunsets over the mountains. So we just have absolutely amazing facilities, an infinity pool looking over the Bay of Gindelman, and we have access to the well, not private, sorry, the marine sanctuary of Bastio below us. So our guests can go snorkeling at ease amongst nature. We've also just recently built a yoga pavilion next door in the loft we now own, so we can hold yoga retreats as well. If we don't hold yoga retreats, we can have pre-cocktails before a wedding event, before the ceremony. And all of this is with an amazing backdrop looking over the ocean and the amazing sunsets.
So, sir, for my next question, what do you think is the edge of your business as compared to others?
I think we are still the only private exclusive villa in Bohol, and we're one of a handful in all of the Philippines. So, emphasizing again, we're not a resort, we're not a hotel. This is an exclusive, fully serviced private villa.
So, sir, for my last question, in what ways do you usually give back to the community?
This is a difficult one. This was an aspiration of ours before COVID. We always seem to be running, and I'll be very candid about this, and it's high on our agenda going forward, especially since many livelihoods and the people around us locally have been hit very, very hard with COVID. We wanted to start looking at the local schools and seeing how we could actually contribute to the local school, especially. I must say that was put on hold because obviously the schools were put on were suspended. We did encourage some of our guests when they would ask how they could contribute. We would align them to the local community, especially the school. We always try our very best to buy local produce, make sure livelihoods, rather than going to the big supermarkets, will go as much to local markets or local farmers. And all of our staff are all locally employed, no foreigners, no outside staff. So those benefits might sound small, but we do see by having, especially with our employees, who look after their families, they also give back to the local community and keep everybody in jobs, or and contribute to the hopefully the ongoing wealth of the local community going forward. But this is definitely something we need to look at more coming out of COVID. What else we can do, and the schools will definitely be high on our agenda.
And I think, sir, it's a wrap for our question and answer portion. Thank you so much, Sir Elder, for answering all the questions this afternoon. And I'm so happy to learn more about your business, which is the Pure Shore Villa Bohol, Philippines. And I am really honored to learn new things from you, and I hope that you enjoy our event. And as a gesture of gratitude, you will receive an e-certificate from us. This
Thank you very
certificate
much.
is proudly presented to Pure Shore Villa for a successful participation on the online Bohol Wedding Expo 2022 on April 22, 2022.
Thank you very much.
So before we proceed with the expo, let's have a short commercial break.
Most of us will never do something more daring and idealistic than get married. Make your wedding day extra special by planning ahead of time. On the 13th to 15th of May 2022, we will have the Bataan Wedding Expo. You may notice a variety of suppliers near you and the possibility of having your demands satisfied on your wedding day. Do you want some more? Come see us at Bataan Wedding Expo from May 13 to 15, 2022 at Capitol Square in Bataan. We love you and love to welcome you. See you there! This is brought to you by Wedding Suppliers Association of the Philippines Incorporated and Capitol Square, Bataan.
And we are back. Hello, guys. So I am now here to present the upcoming exhibitor for this online wedding expo and, of course, their promo of their businesses. So, on behalf of Wedding Supplier Association of the Philippines Incorporated, I would like to express my deep gratitude to our exhibitors for participating at today's Bicol Online Wedding Expo. We appreciate you taking this time and effort to respond to our invitation to participate in this event. And of course, thank you for the viewers who were able to join us this afternoon. We hope to see you again tomorrow, April 16, and on April 17 for the continuation of Bicol Online Wedding Expo. Once again, this is Arian Joyce A. Tapalya, your host for today. Thank you and have a great evening.